Opening a box, I'm opening a box. This box will be opened by the end of the video. We're still working on it. Hey everybody, thanks for coming back for another one of these box openings, show you what's inside. Hey, look at this. Today we're going to be looking at the Warhammer Age of Sigmar Nighthaunt paint set. So you get four lovely models along with the paints that you would need to achieve the look of this on these models. So Games Workshop says. I don't know. Like, the look of their painted examples are always really great, but like your mileage may vary by how good you are as a painter. It's nice that it shows everything that's in the box before you open the box. It's kind of like if you didn't like the format of these videos, which usually turn into a ramble. By just looking at this, you've seen what's in the box, and now you can go on Amazon or Games Workshop or wherever and buy your own with confidence of knowing what's in the box without having to watch what will inevitably 10 minutes of unrelated material. So stick around. We'll open this in a minute. You might be wondering why I have duct tape on my finger. Well, it's not any kind of major injury or anything. It's not like holding the end on or anything. It is to help remove an unsightly common wart. I won't show it. That's also the bonus, is you don't have to look at my wart while I'm doing this. You can look at my calluses, you can look at the paint on my fingernails, but the dirt under my fingernails, but don't look at my unsightly wart. It's being fixed with this duct tape. Here's a handy dandy tip for you. You need silver duct tape. I don't know why it has to be silver, but you can't do like the neon pink, like fun color tapes, or the camo tape or whatever. Apparently that doesn't work. I haven't tried it, but I read it on the internet, and I am passing that misinformation on to you. Silver duct tape. I'm not really sure exactly how that particular type of witchcraft works. Let's consult. Alright, it says, on the night before the full moon, you shall state your intent and wrap thyself with silver duck brand 3M duct tape. This video has not been sponsored by 3M or Games Workshop. Okay, that's enough silliness. Back to opening the box. I like these models. The main thing I am after with this are the different shades of paint that come with it. They usually end up costing just a little bit more than buying each one of these pots of paint separately, and you get these models, which are really awesome. Like, even if you don't use them for a game or something, it's an awesome model. A lot of fun. I'm more of a Dungeons and Dragons kind of nerd. I just won Dungeons and Dragons. Amazing. Okay, well, now I never have to do that again. But really, you could use those models in a Dungeons and Dragons game with your other scale minis and stuff, and just put them in the little scenarios where they're all kicking each other's butts. And like, these could be I don't know, whatever you want. It's an imagination game. It's a game about imagination. I know people are going to be like, oh, these are the wrong scale, they don't match the scale, the bottoms of them are too big and it's going to be bigger, and they're in the metric system, and but again, it's a game of imagination. So good luck to you if that's a problem. Good luck. So they've taped this up really nice on this side. They really want that one closed. This one seems like it's the go-to, so we're gonna kind of just the old trusty rusty blade. I'm not kidding about the duct tape thing. I've done it before. It works. I'm not sure how it works. Like, it may be that there's some sort of acidic value to it that goes in there and, you know, kills it. It may be that the duct tape is just so sticky that it tears off the layer of skin until it just gets to it. I don't know. This is a gross video. I hope it helps you, though, if you have a wart. Maybe you'll even want to buy this Warhammer set. Wart hammer. Oh my god. Okay. This is what you get in a Games Workshop set that's like this. You get your pieces on sprues. Sprues. That's not wood. It's not on spruce. It's on plastic. But they're not too bad to take apart. Give you a little bit of an up close some of this. They already have a lot of detail in the bases, which is really cool because they're snapped together models. I would use glue as well, you know, because you're gonna have little gaps and stuff, and if you're the type of person who wants the model to look good, even if it's just, you know, sitting up on a shelf far out of view, you see that crack, you know it's there. So basically just one side or the other of these models. They're really cool looking. A lot of great detail in that. They look like kind of plague figures. That. You get a starter brush, which comes with, I don't know, just about every set. It's a nice brush, and a nice thin tip. And if you take good care of it, it would be alright to paint as many models as you can till you wear the thing out. Here are the paints. Here's what I'm after. Uh-oh. Looks like some settling may have occurred. That's pretty typical. I like the Citadel paints because they're creamy. They're very satin, but they are loaded with pigment. They're loaded with piglet. And you really gotta shake them. I've seen people who have these like little, I don't know, it looks like something that you'd order out of the back of a magazine, if you know what I'm talking about. You just set the thing on it and it's like, I'm sorry, you're not getting the visual of this. And then, boom, you have your paint all shook up. So we've got our base Celestia Gray, handy to have, beyond even just these models. Like, just a good spectrum of grays is nice, to not have to mix to find the gray and use your gray in the same scale. It's just nice to have a spectrum of them. That's something that I've kind of become spoiled at as an artist, is, you know, just something that kind of got into me when I was working as a tattoo artist. You know, you don't spend so much time blending inks as you do. You have the colors of ink that you kind of blend, you know, with each other in the work. I don't know. Everybody has, I guess, a different approach. There are blenders who blend in the pots and whatever. Once again, we're off topic, and so yeah, I like having a spectrum. I'm spoiled on that. Rather than mixing something simple like a brown or a gray, it's nice to have the spectrum of the brown and the gray, because you can always count on that color being the same. You can still mix in between. It doesn't mean you have to stop mixing in between. But when you want burnt umber and you want raw umber, then you have both of those reliable things from the same company that you bought from. If you're buying it from a company like Liquitex, again, not sponsored, y'all can send me money and paint. I don't care. No one else is paying for this. And Citadel paints, in particular, like these little model paints, why they're so sought after and so expensive is because it's the same color all the time. And if you're painting with a tiny dot of paint, you don't want the pigment to be different than the dot before if you're looking for consistency, or you're painting something very small that you want to have the same color overall. So I definitely get it. I definitely think that it's worthwhile doing. A lot of people will say, you know, that they mix their own hobby paints, and that's great. If that's something that you want to do, there's handy dandy little bottles that you can get. I've seen a lot of people do this where they take their little paint out of these pots because they don't like the pots, or it dries in the pots. I don't know. Everybody has their own reasoning. I'm not dashing their reasoning. It's great if that's what they want to do with their time, to put it in these little bottles. But these little bottles are handy for mixing up your own washes and your own colors when you want to have, I mean, like, if you're looking for color consistency, you can paint an entire army with a bottle like this, and then you're good to go. You know, if you don't mix it the same the next time, boo-hoo, you're not going to notice. It's an army. Reichland Flesh Shade, that comes with a couple of other sets, I think, so I probably have a good amount of this just from getting these sets. But it's a very thin, just a shade that kind of gives it more of a life to your completed model. It looks a little bit more like, I don't know, like, you know how blood looks underneath the skin of a person. You know, it's not just that I have Caucasian skin, I have, you know, blood and veins and stuff. And that kind of makes a little bit more realistic look to the figure. Lead Belcher, that's full color, nice to have. Again, on that spectrum, I've got several metals, but have a specifically different metal. You know, just have something look different. Say you have two different armies. It's nice not to have everybody have the same sword. Rhinox Hide, very nice deep color, great to have. And Nighthaunt Gloom, specifically Nighthaunt, named after these particular Warhammer creatures. Warhammer. Excellent. I'm not opening them because I don't want to. So, thank you for watching this box opening video, and I hope you learned something, and I hope you had a great time.